What if I told you that most men go through life completely blind to how women really think, feel, and desire? My name's James, and today I'm going to reveal 53 powerful psychological truths about women that could completely transform the way you connect, attract, and understand the female mind. But here's the cold truth. If you don't know how women are wired psychologically, you'll keep getting rejected, misunderstood, or worse, completely ignored. You'll keep saying and doing the wrong things without even knowing why it's pushing her away. That's why this video exists, to pull back the curtain and reveal the invisible triggers that shape female behavior, attraction, and emotion, backed by psychology, not guesswork. And here's the deal. One of the most shocking facts is hidden near the end of this video. A detail about women that almost no man knows, but once you hear it, you'll never see them the same way again. So keep watching closely, because if you blink, you might miss the one insight that finally makes everything click. So here's something most men never get told, not by their fathers, not by school, not even by their closest friends. After sex, a lot of women don't just want it to be over. In fact, for them, that's when it really begins. While most guys are rolling over, half asleep, snoring like nothing happened, she's still wide awake, craving connection, closeness, intimacy. Not because she's clingy or emotional, but because her biology and psychology are wired differently. That soft pillow talk, that skin-to-skin contact, for her it matters, and it builds emotional attachment, whether you planned it or not. And when she feels truly satisfied, I'm not talking about fake moans or ego stroking, I mean real satisfaction, where you actually understand what you're doing. That experience doesn't just end, it creates a loop, a chemical and emotional feedback cycle that makes her crave more of you, more of that feeling. It's like lighting a fire you're now responsible for keeping alive, whether you realize it or not. Now, here's something no one tells you in those pickup artist videos. Women who often touch or explore their own bodies tend to have higher levels of sex hormones. Why? Because connection with self creates a deeper connection with desire. She knows herself. She's tuned into her own body, and that makes her far more responsive, physically and emotionally. But here's the kicker, and listen closely. If you really want to leave a mark on a woman, don't tell her how good you are. Don't flex. Don't boast. Don't throw around your bedroom resume like some insecure teenager trying to prove his worth. Show, don't sell, because when you hype yourself up too much, you're building her expectations into a fantasy, and the second reality doesn't match that fantasy. It's disappointment. Game over. In the world of Stoicism, there's a principle called logos, living in alignment with nature, with reason, with clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Apply that to intimacy. Don't talk about what you'll do, just do it. Master your body, master your presence, be calm, be grounded, be in control, because women feel that. They sense when you're operating from a place of self-mastery rather than performance or approval-seeking. And here's the brutal truth most men never swallow. You can't fake grounded masculine energy. You either cultivated it or you didn't. She can tell within minutes. So if you're the kind of man who thinks being good in bed is about tricks and techniques alone, brother, you're playing checkers in a game of chess. It's not just about touching her body, it's about owning your energy, your breathing, your focus, all while reading her like a book, not through words but through intuition sharpened by awareness. Stoicism teaches us that pleasure is not the goal, virtue is, and ironically, when you stop chasing the outcome and start being present, the pleasure becomes deeper, for both of you. Now listen, you ever notice how a woman avoids your gaze? Like she looks away the second your eyes meet. Yeah, that's not shyness. That's disinterest. It's her body saying, I'm not into this. Brutal, maybe, but better to face the truth than waste your time chasing shadows. But flip the script. If she locks eyes with you and holds it, that's not just a stare. That's a signal, a green light. Eye contact isn't just about attraction. It's primal. It's biological. When a woman holds your gaze, she's literally saying, I see you. That's a cue you don't want to miss. Now here's a fact that'll mess with your head. Around 1% of women can reach orgasm just by thought alone. No touch, no partner, just the mind. That's how powerful the female brain is. And we think we're in control? Nah, we're just guests in a system that's way more complex than we were taught. And speaking of things most men don't know, the clitoris never ages. Let that sink in. While the rest of the body shows time's fingerprints, wrinkles, sagging, fatigue, that one spot stays young forever. It's like nature preserved a fountain of youth, hidden in plain sight. Now get this, a woman's orgasm lasts on average 4 times longer than a man's. 4, that's not a small difference, that's a different universe. While you're already rolling over, breathing heavy, she's still mid-flight. Neurons firing, body vibrating, still riding the wave. You think she doesn't notice when you skip the warm-up and go straight to the finish line. And let's talk about something every man's been hit with at least once. How do I look? Here's the thing. That's not a question. That's a test. And it's not always about truth. It's about emotional reading. Sometimes she's not looking for brutal honesty. She's craving reassurance, to feel desired, seen, chosen. That's the Stoic lesson right there. Know when to speak the truth and when to withhold it for the greater harmony. Marcus Aurelius wasn't out here blurting out every thought. He measured the impact first. Now here's where it gets real. Loneliness. Most men don't talk about it. Hell, most men live in it. But here's the twist. Women feel it too. And for a lot of them, the fear of being alone runs so deep it becomes part of their identity. They'll stay in dead-end relationships, chase emotionally unavailable guys, just to avoid confronting that silence. That's a prison. And the sad part, many of them never discover their own strength. Because comfort, even toxic comfort, feels safer than growth. And while we're breaking myths, let's kill this one for good. Size is everything. Wrong. Studies show most women are actually more satisfied with partners in the 8 to 10 centimeter range. It's not porn logic, it's biology and connection. You're out here stressing over centimeters while ignoring foreplay, intimacy, and presence. That's what she remembers, not what you're packing. And here's a stat you probably haven't heard. 80% of women say sexual compatibility matters more than anything else before marriage. Not money, not looks, not even status. Compatibility. The ability to read her body, pace yourself, tune in, not just perform. And that's where the Stoic mindset hits hard. Being present, fully there, not distracted by ego, not chasing validation, not fearing rejection, just grounded, aware, and connected to the moment, because you've trained your mind not to be ruled by desire but to lead it. Alright, let's keep this raw and real, and if you thought the last facts were eye-opening, buckle up. This next round might just rewire the way you see women, sex, and human behavior as a whole. Let's start with something that shocks most men. Women between the ages of 40 and 50, many of them report having more intense and more satisfying orgasms than they ever did in their 20s. Crazy, right? Part of that is biological. As women age, their bodies retain less water, which heightens nerve sensitivity. But the other part, experience, confidence. They stop giving a damn about being perfect in bed and just focus on what feels good. That alone should shatter some illusions you've been fed. Now here's a little underrated truth bomb. Women get drunk faster than men, even when drinking the same amount. Why? Their bodies process alcohol differently, less enzymes, different fat distribution. This is why, my friend, 1 or 2 glasses hit her harder than they hit you. Biology doesn't care about equality, it cares about design. Let me ask you something. Ever noticed how women always go to the bathroom together? It's not just about peeing, it's a ritual. A social bubble where they reset, share secrets, reapply lipstick, gossip, and sometimes even talk about you. It's where alliances are formed, self-esteem is boosted, and doubts are confirmed. It's war prep behind the mirror, and most men have no clue. Now pay attention to this one. During ovulation, a woman's sex drive tends to spike. Her body is biologically primed for pleasure and reproduction, and her chances of orgasm go way up. You know what that means? If she's flirting more than usual, laughing harder at your jokes, or dressing a little bolder, it might not be random. Nature's playing chess, while most men are still figuring out how to move a pawn. Let's talk about body language. It's not just some cheesy PUA trick. It's real and backed by science. If she's pointing her toes at you, if she plays with her hair while you talk, if she leans in when there's space all around, bro, these are not accidents. That's coded communication. Most guys miss it because they're too focused on what she says, not how she acts. Stoicism teaches us to observe without judgment, to become keen, disciplined students of human nature. Stop reacting emotionally to mixed signals. Watch, interpret, adapt, and here's a stat that'll make you respect your biology more. Your testicles produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat. Read that again. While you're scrolling or doubting yourself, your balls are literally grinding non-stop to create life. If that doesn't humble you and make you want to level up as a man, nothing will. And now for some perspective. No matter how popular you think you are, no matter how many names are in your phone, your brain is only capable of maintaining around 150 meaningful relationships at any given time. It's called Dunbar's number. That means attention is finite. Emotional bandwidth is limited. So ask yourself, are you investing your time and energy into the right people, Or are you leaking it into shallow connections and fake validation? In the Stoic tradition, clarity comes from discipline, from stepping back and asking, is this helping me grow or draining my strength? So what will you do with that? We're not here to sugarcoat or romanticize things. We're here to understand reality and use it. Keep watching, because the next facts might just challenge everything you thought you knew about women and yourself. All right, let's dive into first impressions. The brutal truth about what really catches a man's eye when he meets a woman. Here's a statistic most guys won't admit out loud. 80% of men notice a woman's chest before anything else. It's primal, it's biological, no shame in it. But here's the kicker. Women have their own subtle tells. You ever catch a woman licking her lips while she's talking to you? That's a low-key, almost invisible signal of attraction. Not every guy picks up on it, but those who do, they're already ahead of the game. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise a lot of men. Couples who watch porn together often report being more committed. This isn't about the porn itself. It's about openness, about sharing fantasies without shame or judgment. It builds a kind of intimacy that most guys miss because they're stuck in old, rigid ideas of masculinity. The Stoics taught us the value of embracing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Being open without ego is a strength, not a weakness. Here's a timeless nugget for you. Mark Twain nailed it when he said the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. Think about that. Life's not just about survival or status. It's about purpose. If you don't know your why, you're just drifting. Now, get this. In Western culture, feet are actually one of the most common sexual fetishes. Weird, right? But it's a reminder that desire isn't always logical or straightforward. Sometimes, what turns people on isn't about the obvious. There's mystery in the margins. Speaking of old-school advice that cuts deep, some say a man should never cry in front of his wife, no matter how much pain he's feeling. Sounds harsh? Maybe. But the idea is that showing vulnerability can sometimes shift the power dynamic, making a man seem less strong in the traditional sense. It's controversial, and definitely not gospel, but it's a reality many men live with. The Stoics remind us that true strength isn't about hiding pain, it's about facing it with courage and dignity, whether anyone's watching or not. If you want to really spark passion in a woman, don't just zero in on the obvious spots. The neck, legs, chest, these are erogenous zones begging for attention, and they hold the secret to a deeper connection. Passion lives in the details, not just the headline. Want to understand a man's true character? Look no further than his friends. Like attracts like. The company a man keeps reveals what he values, what kind of energy he brings into a room. It's a simple truth, but one many ignore. And here's a survival tip from the School of Hard Knocks. Never waste your time arguing with idiots. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience every single time. It's a trap. The Stoics would say it's a poison to your peace of mind. Walk away. Preserve your energy. That's how winners play the long game. Alright, here's a cold, hard truth most guys need to hear. An average-sized penis is more than enough to give real pleasure. Forget all the porn-fueled myths about size being king. It's not about inches, it's about connection. The way you move, the confidence you bring, how well you read and respond to her body and mind. That's what separates the men who satisfy from the ones who just think they do. Now, listen up. You can lose your money, your friends, even your woman, and get them back. But if you wreck your health or abuse your body, that damage is a whole different beast, way harder to fix. Your body is the foundation of your masculinity. If that crumbles, nothing else really matters. This is where the Stoics' emphasis on caring for the temple of the soul hits home. Treat your body with respect, because it's the only one you've got. When you come face to face with someone toxic, a person or a situation rotten to the core, don't kid yourself. You have two options, and only two. You either crush it completely, leaving no room for comeback, or you get the hell out of there, far away. Half measures don't work. Stoicism teaches us to be decisive, to align our actions with our highest good, and that means cutting ties without hesitation when necessary. Now about something deceptively simple, the kiss. For most men, it's a physical sensation. A quick hit of pleasure, maybe a gateway to what's next. But for women, a kiss can carry layers of emotion. It's a spark that lights a deeper fire, a moment charged with connection and vulnerability. If you overlook that, you're missing the subtle language of desire. Here's a thought to chew on. People who live in fear of death are often people who haven't truly lived at all. The ones who embrace life with all its chaos, the good, the bad, the unpredictable, they face death without fear. That's not bravado, that's power. It's the Stoic ideal of memento mori, remembering death to sharpen your focus on living fully. Now, let's talk about anger, that beast we all wrestle with. It feels justified when you're in the heat of it. Maybe someone wronged you, maybe the world's unfair. But here's the brutal reality. Anger hurts you far more than the target of your wrath. It's like sipping poison, hoping someone else will choke on it. Stoics knew this. They taught that peace comes from mastering your emotions, not letting them master you. Now, something a bit unexpected but real. Women are more likely to catch feelings after watching romantic movies or listening to love songs. That emotional atmosphere, it pulls them in, triggers feelings that can be hard to control. It's biology and psychology mixing to amplify desire and attachment. And here's a twist you don't hear often enough. A man's mood plays a massive role in how attractive he is. When he's calm, confident, and radiates good energy, women notice. They pick up on it instantly. It's not about flashy moves or words. It's about the vibe you carry. This is where Stoicism ties back in. Cultivating inner calm and resilience isn't just about mental health. It's a magnet for real connection. All right, let's get into something every man should know but few admit out loud. During ovulation, that window in a woman's cycle when she's at her peak fertility, some women actually feel a stronger pull to cheat. No, it's not about being good or bad. This isn't a morality play. It's biology throwing emotions and desire into a wild, chaotic mix that even the smartest man can't fully control. If you think you're immune to this kind of raw nature, think again. Now, here's a tip most guys completely miss. The next time she's out shopping for lingerie, don't just stand there like a statue. Show some genuine interest. Ask questions, notice details, make it about her experience. You'd be shocked how much that little investment can turn the heat way up between you two. Trust me, it's a power move that costs nothing but pays big dividends. Let me tell you something about time. It's weird, right? When you're with someone who truly moves you, an hour feels like 5 minutes. But when you're stuck somewhere boring, awkward, or painful, like sitting on a scorching hot grill, please don't try this at home. Every single second drags on like an eternity. That's relativity in action, plain and simple. It's a reminder that your experience of life is shaped not just by what happens, but how you perceive it. And here's where Stoicism kicks in. Mastering your inner frame means choosing how time feels, even when the outside world sucks. Oh, and don't underestimate the power of scent. A man's natural smell, it's a silent weapon. It can capture a woman's attention in ways words never will. Sometimes it's the thing that pulls her in, ignites attraction, or even plants the seed of love. Nature's subtle game, but one that's brutally effective. You've heard it 1,000 times, but it's worth saying again. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with just one step. You don't have to have everything figured out to begin. Sometimes the boldest move is simply to show up and take that first step forward. Here's one to shake your assumptions. Women in their 30s and 40s, they often fantasize about sex more than they did in their 20s, and many are more open to casual relationships too. Shocker? Maybe, but it's real. Life experience, confidence, and a different perspective on desire all play their part. And when it comes to hitting that peak physical pleasure, most women say their highest desire kicks in when both genitals and nipples get stimulated at the same time. It's about connection, synergy, and attention to the whole experience, not just some mechanical move. Another reminder for all of us stuck in mental loops. Don't get lost in regrets about the past or fantasies about some perfect future. The only moment that really counts is this one, right here, right now. That's the Stoic secret. Life only unfolds in the present. Master that and you master everything. All right, let's kick things off by busting a massive myth that trips up a lot of guys. Women don't dress to impress men. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. They dress for themselves, their mood, the place they're heading, the season, their schedule, and yep, even their hormones playing tricks behind the scenes. It's not just about looking hot for a guy. It's a complex mix of internal states and external circumstances. So next time you think you know why she's dressed a certain way, think again. There's way more going on than meets the eye. Here's a little nugget you might not have noticed. Women who make love regularly tend to radiate something different, more energy, higher libido, a magnetic feminine presence that's impossible to fake. It's like they're glowing from the inside out. That vibe, it's powerful and it's real. Now, ever wonder why some younger women gravitate toward older men? It's not just about the numbers on a birth certificate, it's about security. The calm confidence, the wisdom, the stability, that vibe that says, I've been through life and I've got you. That feeling of safety, it's a primal pull, a kind of emotional anchor that many women crave without even realizing it. But hold up, don't get it twisted thinking women are all about big muscles and six-pack abs. What actually turns heads is a man who looks healthy and full of life. Vitality beats the fake aesthetics every single time. It's less about gym selfies and more about how you carry yourself, your energy, your presence. Here's a cool fact for the health conscious. Getting it on regularly might actually boost your immune system. Yeah, pleasure isn't just fun, it's good medicine. The body thrives on that kind of connection more more than most guys realize. And here's a little secret from the playbook of attraction. When a woman really likes a guy, she'll hold eye contact longer during conversations. It's subtle, but unmistakable, like a silent "I'm interested" flashing right at you. If you're paying attention, it's a golden sign you don't want to miss. Now get this, women spend about 15 to 20 minutes every single day deciding what to wear. And if you ever get a peek inside her bag, prepare yourself for a treasure trove of random, seemingly useless stuff. The kind of things she keeps just in case. Most of it never sees the light of day, but it gives her peace of mind. A little chaos, but all part of the game. Here's one to start your day with. Some women swear by morning intimacy, especially deeper positions like doggy style, as a way to achieve stronger orgasms. For them, it's not just about sex. It's a way to kick off the day feeling powerful and connected. Alright, let's talk about something every guy should keep in mind when it comes to pleasure. About 70% of women say that kisses on the lips really get them going. Simple, right? But don't underestimate it. That little moment, that connection, can spark a fire that leads to so much more. It's one of those underrated weapons in your arsenal. Easy to deliver but powerful as hell. Now here's a wild fact that flies under most radars. Women's orgasms don't have an expiration date. Some women are still feeling that kind of intense pleasure well into their 80s and even 90s. No joke. Pleasure doesn't clock out just because the calendar says so. That's life giving you a lesson. It's not about age, it's about how you engage with the moment, how you show up. There's a Stoic truth here too. It's the quality of your presence, not the number of years lived, that defines your experience. But hey, life isn't always a smooth ride. Sometimes right after intimacy, or even just when she's feeling turned on, a woman can suddenly feel down. That emotional crash, it comes out of nowhere, and it's way more common than most guys realize. It's a brutal reminder that female emotions aren't some simple switch you can flip on or off. They're complex, layered, sometimes contradictory. If you're wise, you'll learn to hold space for that, not run from it. Stoicism teaches us that discomfort is part of the journey, not a sign to bail. Here's something you might have missed. Listen to her voice. When a woman's attracted to you, her tone often shifts. It gets higher, a bit quicker. It's like her body is speaking before her brain even knows what's happening. It's a primal signal. You catch it, you're winning. Okay, now for a curveball you definitely didn't expect. Sperm actually contains zinc and calcium, minerals great for your teeth. Some studies even say it can help fight cavities. Yeah, who'd have thought? Your body's little chemistry experiment with some surprising perks. And fellas, here's a tip grounded in science. When a woman includes her breasts during intimacy, like touching or kissing, it significantly amps up arousal for many men. It's not just biology, it's connection. Those moments tie the whole experience together. Now, if you made it all the way here, first off, respect. That shows you're serious about understanding women's psychology on a deeper level. If this video opened your eyes or challenged what you thought you knew, do yourself a favor and share it with a brother who needs to hear this. Drop a comment below telling us which psychological fact about women blew your mind the most, or something new you plan to apply in your own game. Let's get real and start a conversation that actually matters. And hey, to prove you stuck with us till the end, just type "mind blown" in the comments. Consider it our secret code for the real ones paying attention. If you thought these 53 mind-blowing facts about women's psychology shook up your understanding, wait until you dive into the next one. Top 10 female weaknesses that make her obsess over you. You'll learn exactly what triggers a woman's deepest attraction and how to use that knowledge to your advantage. Go ahead, click the video that's popping up right now on your screen. Don't miss out on leveling up your game even further. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss these powerful insights. And drop a like if this video gave you value. Your support means everything, and it keeps the content coming. See you in the next video. Stay sharp, stay unstoppable.